Ring the dinner bell for trout, kokanee, and landlocked kings with Kellogg's Willow Leaf Dodgers. Available in mini and magnum sizes at fishhuntshoot.com. Get yours today. Howdy guys, Kellogg here. It is time for a first-hand Folsom Lake fishing report. Wes and I took the FHS pontoon boat out there yesterday. We were looking for kings, we were looking for rainbows, and I'll tell you straight away, we got skunked, but you know, that's not a big deal at Folsom. We go out there for a couple reasons. One, sometimes we catch big, beautiful kings, big, beautiful rainbows out at Folsom, and also, it's close. It's one of the closer places to home where we can go out and sometimes get into some nice fish, sometimes get into multiple nice fish. But yesterday, it wasn't the day for us. But I wanted to share with you kind of the whole picture, what we did, what we saw. We saw some other people fishing the same areas that we were fishing. They did have a few fish, so here we go. First and foremost, the lake is extremely low. 5-mile-an-hour speed limit. We launched at Granite Bay, and Wes had no problem backing the pontoon boat down a very narrow ramp. I don't like trailering stuff. I can do it, but it makes me nervous, and big thumbs up to him because he put that thing right down that ramp with zero problems. First try, totally awesome. So boats on the water, we're out trolling. We immediately went out over the main channel and headed, the plan was we were going to troll fast over to Brown's Ravine, and we did that pulling two different lures. We were pulling speed spoons right there. I use that clown one a lot, and I used a silver one a little bit, and one of the crippled minnow spoons, which we were trolling. We were trolling anywhere from about 35 feet all the way down to 100 feet deep at times. We were chasing the marks. There are, as is typically the case, there are a lot of marks out in the main body at Folsom, and you're often left scratching your head. Are those squawfish? Are those kings? What are those fish? Some of them were certainly kings. We would see little pods of fish anywhere from 35 to 55 feet deep. They looked like kings. They were kind of hooked up together like kings will do. So pretty confident those were kings. On the fast troll, we didn't get anything. We saw one guy fishing aside of us. He was pulling a copper speed spoon, and he reeled one in, got it right to the back of the boat, and it jumped off the hook. So go figure. We met another guy later in the day that he had also got one on a copper speed spoon, and he also lost it right behind the boat. We saw one guy with about, I don't know, 1.5 pound king that he'd caught on a watermelon pattern crippled minnow spoon, so good for him. But Wes and I, we got 0 strikes on that. So once we got over to the Browns Ravine area, we put the fast stuff away, and we broke out Dodgers, these two Dodgers right here. I was using a watermelon 6-inch Fisheye Pro with the moon crackle tape on the back, and a silver on silver Fisheye Pro also with the moon crackle on the back. And on one of those, we were pulling tubes. We started out playing with a white minnow tube like that, tipped with a little piece of anchovy, and we also played with a white and silver minnow tube just like that. When we were trolling fast, we were trolling anywhere from 2.7 to 3.5. On the slow side, we kind of pegged our speed at 1.6 to 1.8. That's what we were pulling these blades at. The other blade, I had a 2-hook rig, which I'll show you right here. I had this 2-hook leader tied up, and I was just trolling, no lure, I was just trolling a cured herring fillet on that. We got one bite on that, and I think it was a smaller fish because he was working on it pretty good on the downrigger. I let him have it, hoping he would get the hooks, and nothing came about. Popped it off the downrigger, let it swim up in the water column, nothing. Reeled it in, the herring fillet was gone. That was our excitement for the day in terms of fish. Not a whole lot going on out there for us. Other guys we talked to that were slow trolling, they weren't doing anything either. It did seem like the kings that were caught were grabbing hardware, stuff like that. I spent the whole day with a trout lure up in the top, say 15 feet, sometimes 8 feet, sometimes 15 feet. I was playing with one of my lead core rods. I started out pulling pretty fast, a white pond smelt pattern fly, that fly right there, nothing on that. When we slowed down and started coming back across the lake back towards Granite Bay, I put out a a willow leaf magnum like that, trailing a threaded nightcrawler, usually money for rainbows, not one bite. So, pretty slow day for us out there. We did get boarded by the DFW, and that's kind of a funny story. That's a story for another time. I'll tell that story here on the channel because it's kind of a long story. But no problem there. They were great guys. Checked out all our stuff, petted my dog, all good. So anyway, Folsom, it's definitely worth going out there, guys. Guys are catching kings. You might get skunked, you might catch a really nice fish, and you might get out there at the right day in the right spot. You might be like Jerry Lampkin of Motorsports, what is his business called? Motorsports Guide Service. I don't know, Jerry Lampkin. I can't think of it right now. But he does really well out there. He fishes the lake a lot, and he's had limits of kings, you know, a few times here fairly recently, and mix in a few trout and stuff like that. But anyway, overall, slow day for Wes and I. I don't know what's going to happen out there at that lake if they keep letting water out. We haven't had a lot of rain. We do have a fair amount of snow up here in the Sierras, so hopefully it's going to fill up a little bit. But right now, it's extremely low, and launching is a challenge here at Granite Bay, especially if you're nervous like me and you don't like backing down skinny ramps with big boats. It could be kind of a nightmare. But all in all, it's all fishermen out there yesterday, and they had their gear pretty dialed in, and they were able to get the boats in and out pretty efficiently. So thumbs up to them. So, you know, it was a good day in the water. We got one bite, no fish. But that's Folsom. I just wanted you guys to know what I was seeing out there, what we were doing out there. And finally, and once again, it's worth a try because there's some very nice fish out there. If you're there at the right place at the right time with the right gear, you're going to get some. So I'm Cal Kellogg. I'm signing off for now. If you're looking for gear, speed spoons, and more, you know where to go. FishHuntShoot.com. I will catch you next time right here on YouTube. You have a wonderful day, and if you haven't subscribed, please take a minute to hit that subscribe button, and you will always hear me talking about when I go out and get skunked. I'll catch you later, guys. Thanks a lot.